Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. My name is Anshav Jain, and I'm founder and managing director of Bringle Excellence UK and India. Today, we are doing a virtual curtain raiser for our global initiative of Har Ghar SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao, awakening the golden bird inside every household. And that is a very important initiative, especially with respect to when we talk about one earth, one family, one future. And this movement, which started on 15th August 2021 with our Financial Freedom Pledge, has now taken up shape and brought up our various initiatives for which we are doing a curtain raiser event today. We have just completed our South Asia Pacific curtain raiser event yesterday, which we will talk about more during the session today. But before I start, I would really want to ask one question to all of you. How many of you know that India was called as a Sone ki Chidiya? I would like to see your hands up or maybe your hands on the session. Okay, great. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your trust. I also want to know how many of you do not know that India was called as a Sonegi Chidiya, and be honest about it. That's absolutely fine. Okay, seems none, and it's a very good thing. But yeah, okay, there is one or two hands coming up. Thanks for your honesty. Thanks Chitrikala, thanks Uma for sharing that. It requires courage to talk about something which you are not aware of as a leader. Leadership does not mean that you need to be always knowing everything. It's about that you don't know something and you accept that and willing to learn. And that is what the beautiful thing. So thank you so much for your trust and your honesty around that. Uh, Let me just start with the few things. And before I hand it over to our young guest today, who is going to share the story of Sone Ki Chidiya, why we are taking up this initiative, what is that important thing? Uh, Let me just give you a little background. India, which was called as Bharatvarsh, had so much of wealth and prosperity for more than 5,000 plus years that everybody wanted to rule. And Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao or Awakening the Golden Bird, an idea of a book in English that took strong roots when we took the Financial Freedom Pledge on 15th August on our 75th Independence Day, as was shaped up and launched on 26 January 2022 on Republic Day. So these are some key dates which we have used because this entire book, Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, is split into two volumes. Volume 1 on Mission Zero Unemployment, which is already published on Amazon Global and Amazon India. And already we have sold more than 1,000 plus copies around that. And there is a volume 2 coming up on Mission Net Zero, which is based on and combined, all these two volumes are based on 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for the holistic transformation of any individual, organization, or a country. We at Bringle UK and India and Vardhan for You are committed to transform India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly, and financially independent economy, leading to zero unemployment and net zero. We are glad to share that with 100% of the profits of both volumes of the book, Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, magazine, upcoming magazine, Awakening the Golden Bird, merchandise, and even the August Success Festival goes towards providing education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities, as well as health and accessibility to underprivileged youth and children of our country. Through our initiative, Lucky Bag, which is a nationwide initiative towards enhancing employability skills and developing entrepreneurial mindset among 1 lakh youth and children in every city of all districts in every state of India. And we are working towards Vision 2025, which I'm going to explain a little bit after this story. And let me invite you with our young guest today, the youngest co-author in our cohort, which is going to add up, Miss Master Divit Sawan. Master Divit, I would like you to talk about the story, why India was called as Sone Ki Chidiya and what happened in 1192 when we lost our independence. So over to you, Divit.
Yes, thank you, Anshu uncle, for introducing me. Good evening, everyone. I am Divit, and I'm going to be telling about the Suniki Chidiya, about why SoneKiChidiya is so important. So I'm going to start. Once upon a time, there was a king, a 25-year-old man, who was ruling the world's wealthiest country, which we know as India, and was called as the Bharat or the Bharatvarsh. His name was Prithviraj Chauhan, who became the last Hindu Samrat of independent India. Our India was called as SoneKiChidiya, the golden bird, which was having an ample amount of wealth for 5,000 plus years, and other countries had tried to overpower India and had tried. Then one fine day in the 12th century, a person named Muhammad Gauri came from Afghanistan and announced a war against Prithviraj Chauhan, but he failed miserably. Muhammad Gauri was captured and put across in front of the Samrat. Muhammad Gauri asked for forgiveness, saying that he will not attempt another war. But his quest for wealth and abundance was not quenched, and he kept on strategizing to make Gajni a SoneKiChidiya, and he got to know that Prithviraj Chauhan's father-in-law was trying to rule India in place of Samrat. Samrat's father-in-law sent a message to Muhammad Gauri that he can help to win over Prithviraj Chauhan and take revenge of his defeat at a condition that after winning the war, he will hand over the kingdom to him. Muhammad Gauri saw this as a wonderful opportunity and thought of a plan to take the advantage. He immediately agreed to the proposal, and this time he could actually win the war and capture the Samrat. During his captivity, he asked the Samrat Prithviraj Chauhan to bow down in front of him, and then he will leave him unharmed. But he said, I'm ready to die, but not ready to bow down. Muhammad Gauri instructed his soldiers to pierce his eyes and make him blind. His friend Chand Bardahi reaches to Gauri and says, put me also in captivity, and he surrenders. And he requests for Prithviraj Chauhan to participate in the bow and arrow competition. In between, Muhammad Gauri kills the Samrat's father-in-law who helped him to win the war and betrays him as well. During the bow and arrow competition, he tells Prithviraj Chauhan, Char Baas, 24 Ganj, Angul Ashtupraman, Tha Upar Sultan, Mat Chuko Chauhan. It means 4 arrows, 24 yards, Sultan above, don't miss Chauhan. And with that statement, Sultan killed Muhammad Gauri because he was an expert in shooting with voice-based arrows. That was how Muhammad Gauri was killed, and Prithviraj Chauhan and his friend Chand Bardahi killed themselves later in the stadium. So the moral is that we should not betray our nation. So it was unfortunate that we lost our 21-year-old Samrat, and it took us 755 years to regain independence. Jagao, jagao, Har Ghar SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao. Thank you.
Wonderful, Divya. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful story and in a very, very impactful manner. And one of the reason why we always feel that we are, living a independent India today, and we probably don't, many of us don't know even what challenges our martyrs have faced. We just hear into some of our stories, but people who have literally faced those issues or those challenges, they know what were the times. We were literally stripped of our glory, reputation, image, even wealth, and lot many people were killed, including with a stigma of partition, which we are still struggling on that. And that's a very, very sad state for the country. One of the reason why we got that situation is because there was one particular leader who once he was killed, there was nobody else who could take it up. and the country became weak. And this can happen in today's time as well. There is a lot which is happening at this point in time when it comes to when it comes to the work, when it comes to the people who are going through everywhere. And if you see that at this point in time, we are also facing a little different challenge while we are physically free and available. But if you see the neighboring countries, the way their physical freedom is intact, but their financial freedom is no more there with them. They are having their countries are bankrupt right now. And I could, we know about what is happening in our neighboring countries around India. We have to be very, very careful that we have at India will have more of Indian focused environment, have more financial freedom for each and every individual in our country, because and even organizations, because 90% of our startups are also owned by foreign investors today. And that's a very sad state for the country, which means that if we are, whatever the benefits or the profits they are making, it's actually going out of the country. It's not there in the country. Apart from that, there is a challenge which we are facing with respect to our talent leaving the country and going outside and then settling up there and working for their economy. They study here, they grow here, and when they reach to a certain level, they move outside and they for a better job opportunities. So how can we create a better job opportunities, better entrepreneurship opportunity within the ecosystem, within the Indian ecosystem, so that these talent does not go outside? We all know what happened when the Russia and Russia war started off. There was, our prime minister had to intervene and bring the students from that war area to India. And he actually appealed to all the billionaires out there, requesting them to develop medical universities in India, because billions of rupees or dollars are going outside of the country. And that is a very sad state for us. So that is why this whole initiative is all about India, which it started off, while it has taken shape to a larger extent to outside India as well. But let me just talk about the Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao concept, how it started off. We are proud of it to be Indians, and we love India. We all love India. That's why we at Bringle UK in India and Vardhan for You are transforming India into a super powerful economy, a Sone ki Chidiya or a golden bird once again. And that's the whole concept about Sone ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, or awakening the golden bird. We are working towards since 2020 and have a Amrit Kal vision 2047 and completing a century of independent India with Mission Zero. The entire Vision 2047 is having three major milestones: Vision 2025, Vision 2030, and Vision 2047, eventually leading us to a 50-year long roadmap till 2070. And that is what it is very, very important for us, that we need to focus upon all the different aspects of this, industry around that. I'll just quickly share my presentation, share my screen, and then I will talk about more on the aspects, what we are working and how it is taking up. Uh, if you see the screen out here, this is the whole concept of, if you remember that we spoke about Har Ghar Tiranga last year on our when we completed 75 years of independence. And that is the same concept with Har Ghar Tiranga. Tiranga is three E's: education, employment, and entrepreneurship. How can we awaken the golden bird inside every individual, help them know themselves better, find their core competence, and make them successful and happy in their life? And we would like to reach to each and every household of our country. And that is the whole initiative of Har Ghar Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, awakening the golden bird inside every household. This is where we started the Beyond 2020 Amrit Kal Vision 2047, a century of independent India. This is our following with this is our magazine cover page. A little glimpse of that will show you the overall glimpse page on that, which is about awakening the golden bird, where we are talking about digitalizing India, having a design your unicorn $1 billion fund, and how we are taking it up as Indian Premier League, IPL in three E's, and different vision and what we have done so far and how we are planning. It is a complete roadmap into this magazine, which is going to go to all the senior leaders of the country. And we are passing this baton or SKCKJ baton to other countries in the world as well. These are the two books which we are launched. The first one which you are seeing is on volume one on Mission Zero Unemployment. That is already been published on Sonic on Amazon.com and Amazon India. You can also check it at sonekichidiya.org, and you will find all the different communities and book how to purchase that book. You can directly purchase the book from us because 100% of the profit goes towards underprivileged youth and children education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities. The volume two, which you are seeing on this in the middle, is basically on bringing excellence in environment, social impact, and governance with a focus on MBS, mind, body, and soul. We are finalizing the co-authors for it, and very soon we will release the list of our co-authors who will be part of this. And this book will be published mostly around our success festival in August. The third book, which you are seeing, is basically a combination of both these books plus some additions on that, which would be becoming covering the 50% of our Indian population who talks and understand Hindi onto it, and they probably don't understand English. So we are translating this book into English, Hindi as well. But for Hindi, it will be one book. These all three books would also be available on Amazon and various other platforms. We also have a podcast called SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao on every podcast channel. You can also check the YouTube playlist of SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao in on our YouTube channel Bringle Talk. So you will get to know a lot many things what we had been working around for the last at least 3 years over a period of time. And before that, we were working more on other concept. But this name, which was given on, translated or converted into a book on 26 January 2022. And it's been almost 1.5 years now. Today is a very, very important day. Uh, that is why we are doing a virtual curtain raiser event. It's a global curtain raiser event today. One of the reason is that 25th June 1983, 40 years back, we actually won the first World Cup in Lord Stadium in UK. And that is why Mr. Kapil Dev is part of the front cover of our magazine. He has been a brand. He's been the person who has brought our reputation back with that World Cup into our country. And that is why in his recognition and his entire team and that cricket team, we launched Indian Premier League IPL in 3 E's last year on the same day, 25th June 2022. This year, we are extending the Indian Premier League and adding another initiative called Triple R, Run, Ride, Ramble, which also talks about creating a recycle, reuse models as well. And we will talk more about that with our another co-author who is going to share her article in the volume two of the book. So this is why the importance of today's day, which is why we are doing this virtual global curtain raiser today on this. This is the book we have already spoken about. This book, entire volume, both volumes are combination of derived from all the 17 sustainable development goals of United Nations, which is very, very essential for every, any transformation for an individual, organization, or even a country. And that is what the same model is being depicted into this book by collecting various articles from various authors. Like for first book, there are 23 authors from 9 countries and 4 nationalities. So it's not just the Indians who have written it. It's about globally we have brought in the best of the co-authors and they have contributed their articles for the growth and transformation of any individual organization and country. So while this initiative started from India, but this is very globally applicable. And we are already talking to 5 or 6 countries right now to implement this model cross on that. And we will talk more on that as well. This is the Asia Pacific curtain raiser event we did yesterday, and it got us a coverage to or at least 4 countries out there: Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and Maldives. And they are now going to invite us to deploy this Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao model into their country and how they can transform their countries into a super powerful economies. And with that, we are also talking to a couple of people, one of the sheikh in UAE, one of the Emirates in UAE, and people in Australia, Africa, North America, USA, Singapore, which is Southeast Asia, and various other places. So we'll be going to 6 global regions this year with this initiative, of Har Ghar SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao, awakening the golden bird inside every household. Now, this is what as I spoke about, that there are curtain raiser events which are going to happen. This is the South India curtain raiser event, which we are conducting, happening on 2nd of July, which has its own significance because there is a run, ride, ramble marathon, which we will be also launching it out there with our, Miss Soumya Reddy, who is considered as a young and restless. And she is an, ex-ML, she is an MLA, was an MLA in Karnataka, in Bangalore, and now she's leading a party out there. And she's very, very excited to be a part of this initiative. We have also launched a Kannada book cover as well, where we are going to combine the volume 1 and volume 2 and add some more few articles from the local region who would be becoming a part of co-authors of the Kannada book as well. And we are launching a Karnataka Premier League, which is a subset of Indian Premier League, IPL in 3Es in Karnataka, to bring more and more youth and children support them and bring them on various aspects of 5 stages: schoolpreneur, collegepreneur, entrepreneur, expertspreneur, and investpreneur. We'll talk more about it over a period of time, but that's a very specifically focus area on Karnataka Premier League. And we are recognizing late Shri Puneet Rajkumar, who had been really admired by Karnataka or Kannadigas out here, who has dedicated his life for the people. And he always used to say, focus on yourself, not on others. And that basically is about an initiative of know yourself. Don't try to imitate somebody, find your core competence and work onto that level. And that inspired us a lot. And that is why this is whole inspired by Apu's life, who is a Karnataka Ratna awardee as well as a power star for us, for each of the people out here. Unfortunately, he's not there. He left us at a very early age. May God bless the soul. And rest in peace. We really wish a very good, a further life and next life for him, because he has done such a wonderful work without asking for any recognition. And that these are the kind of people we would want to recognize. Uh, this is our Vision 2030. Vinaya, would you be able to, share some of the other aspects, probably in Kannada, about Puneet Rajkumar's life history, what work he has been doing, and especially the Kannadiga version or Kannada version of Focus on Yourself, Not Others?
Okay, you want me to speak about what was his initiative in Karnataka
Yeah,
and how
little
did
bit
he?
on that. What is the good work which he has been doing?
Yeah, thank you first of all. And just to, before I just go ahead with explaining about Puneet Rajkumar's work, would also like to give two good news. As Anshuv said that yesterday we were able to collaborate with the South Asian Pacific heads. So just while I was listening here, I just got a text message from Bhutan and Sri Lanka. So on the September, we are going to have a proper Soneke Chidiya Jagao center at Sri Lanka. So they have invited us. I'll be sharing all those things. So, but I thought this is a best forum to
Wow,
say. I couldn't stop myself from saying that. So I just got a
lovely.
message from Sir from Sri Lanka, that is our Asia Pacific head. And at the same time, Soumya ma'am, for some unfortunate reason, she's in a meeting and she can't talk now. But she said that very shortly, if she finishes it up, she'll join or she'll send a small voice note. So I can share the screenshot of her message which she has sent.
Yeah, we
So
can. We can invite her for a small talk once she joins. We can continue with the program, and whenever she joins back, we'll come back to the screen again.
Yes, sure. And however, on second, as we were planning to do the run, ride, ramble, that is our triple R with her on in the Cubbon Park. So would also take this platform to invite one and all, especially the women in saris. So you can join us there because it's a sarithon. And in this sarithon, we are collaborating with Soumya ma'am in her initiative. We are also collaborating with her because she agreed upon to that. Creating awareness among the people that why being independent and why being skilled is much more important. So, open invitation to one and all at morning 8 o'clock at Cubbon Park. We will further share the link and other time and other details in all the groups. Thank you. I
Thank you,
think
Dr. Vinaya. Can you also talk about little bit on Puneet Rajkumar's life
yes,
and the work?
yes. So Punit Rajkumar, who is very commonly known as Appu, very famously known as Appu canonically. He was a great actor, philanthropist, a playback singer, a television presenter, and a producer who worked in several Kannada cinemas. He was one of his own, he was youngest son of Dr. Rajkumar, as we all know how people talk and used to pray. And still today, Dr. Rajkumar plays a major important role in lot many people's lives. And same was his youngest son, that's Punit Rajkumar, who made a difference in lot of people's life. Not only very popular in Kannada cinema, but also in as a child actor. Also, he was very famous in several acting, pursuing his acting career right from very young age. Now, if I talk about his what do you say, his cinema career, it's going to be a hell lot of thing because it's a very big page on it. But about his personal life also, who was born in Madras and son to Dr. Rajkumar and Parvatama. He was the person who was very much into changing, that is, seeing the transformation in our country. And he really did a lot of, lot of work in improvement, or you can say, getting testimonies as an iconic status in the state over last 2 decades. He leveraged his influence of being Dr. Rajkumar's son, and not only leveraged, I will say, he was a brand ambassador for BMTC at Bangalore. He only used to do the good work, but not talk about it at a large. It's only that after we lost him, that is in 2019, after we lost him, that is where people started coming out that he had done so many things for him, because he never liked to be publicly, announced or showcased or something like that, but very silent worker on a large scale. When you talk about right to education, if I put a light over it, the cost, the main cost, or you can say the close cost for right to education, that is RTE, which had come across our countries, especially in Karnataka, which was on a very large scale. That was due to Punit Rajkumar only. He worked many years to make sure that the children are rightly educated. They get this quota. Unfortunately, we couldn't take it ahead as an educators. I will say that we couldn't take it ahead in a proper manner. So within 5 years, it got closed up. But then he also, can I just pick up this phone because it is Samya ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
You can put yourself
Hello.
on mute, Dr. Vinaya. I'll take it ahead.
Good evening,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Good
much.
evening. Ma'am, if you can just
Okay, so while Miss Soumya will join, let me just quickly take up the Vision 2030, which is Mission Zero Unemployment. Vision 2025, we will talk about more when we reach to Lucky Bagh. But let me just talk a little bit on the aspect of our three missions, what we are looking at. Okay, so Vision 2025 is all about Bharatvarsh project, which we are talking about to reach to each and every household of our country and setting up the framework for digitalizing India with our Hero for Zero initiative. We would be developing SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao centers to enhance employability skills and develop entrepreneurial mindset among 1 lakh youth and children, which is known as Lucky Bagh, in 30 cities in 12 state clusters across 5 regions, covering all the 22 official regional languages of India, with a total investment of 1,200 crores, and measuring and improving their happiness quotient, money quotient, and pollution quotient. and digitalizing the skill sets, certificates, HR records in a blockchain-based skills bank along with their skill scores. Vision 2030 is all about achieving mission zero unemployment. It is about transforming 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses and 100 unicorns with an investment of $1 billion and adding $5 trillion GDP to our country by bringing excellence in three E's, education, employment and entrepreneurship with an underlying focus on health, accessibility and technology. And we at Bringleverse are developing the world's largest cross-border, patent pending, and inclusive virtual skills development center and skills bank, leading to mission zero unemployment. Now, while Miss Soumya is about to join, she's facing some challenges in joining the team. So we are trying to find out an alternate route of making her join through WhatsApp screen sharing or something like that. Anyway, so we have a Vision 2047 towards Mission Net Zero. Vision 27 is all about transforming India into an environmental friendly and carbon neutral green economy leading to net zero by bringing excellence in ESG, environment, social impact, and governance, leading to holistic development of each and every citizen. This initiative is to transform India into a carbon neutral green economy with an improved and nourished MBS, mind, body, and soul. And that is a very important initiative or the three objectives, three level of milestones which we are achieving with this initiative. Dr. Vinaya, is Miss Soumya there with you? Okay, so I'll just stop my screen sharing.
Occupation there.
Okay. So I think while she will join, I let me just quickly complete this and so that we can take this up, or we can just wait. I just put on the Soneki Chidiya Ko Jagao song for some time till she joins. We are just supporting, just guiding her how to join this back. Okay, just give me a moment.
सोने की चिड़िया गुलामी में थी गुम सारी खुशियाँ बनाना है सोने की चिड़िया को जगाना है मिलकर बढ़ाओ यारो सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ यारो सिर्फ कहना नहीं सुनना भी जरूरी सोचो समझो क्यों मजबूरी चले थे हम भी अकेले अब हैं साथियों के मेले हर किसी
Are you able to see my screen?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. You'll have to help me out here because ma'am is already online. I don't know how to connect this with WhatsApp
Okay, no
and
problem,
MS
no
Teams
problem.
together.
No problem. I'll just try.
हर घर में सबको पढ़ाना है सभी को समृद्ध बनाना है देश में रोजगार पनपेगा उजड़े भारत का भाग्य फिर चमकेगा
Hello, ma'am. I think now you are visible to everybody. Maybe you are not able to see them, but they are all able to see you. Firstly, a big thanks for being here. It's really an honor to see you here. I know you came up in the middle of your meeting and you have spent time here. Thanks a ton for valuing that. So we are a lot of other people here who are all working on the same cause. As I said, you have always been an inspiration for us, the way you work out for women, the way you work for the youth of the country. I've seen you the way tirelessly you keep running behind to make sure that they're upskilling themselves and they are reaching out to a particular point where they should be, as you are rightly giving them the skills to be an entrepreneur. So we also are simultaneously into the same mission in our all small bits and pieces. So whatever you would like to share with the audience, it'll be a really great honor to listen to you, ma'am.
Vinay, voice is very low. We can't hear her.
No, that's okay.
Okay, keep going. Okay, so I think we are the largest democracy in the whole world. And we are a very young country, as in below the age of 35, 40. We're almost about, they say close to about 60, 70% of the population. Plus, 50% of us are actually women. So, and but then so there are so many things that are actually affecting people around us. The people like us who are born with, or at least roti kapda makan taken care of. And I think we really need to do our best to support uh, people around us, and especially be it things like education, and especially for the girls. I think things like getting access to education should be a basic human right for every citizen of the country, and also I think as a woman, it's so important for us to be um, independent as well. You can just see that. I mean, it was just so overwhelming you can see that the one of the new schemes that this present Congress government has actually launched is the Shakti, that is the free travel for women in all buses, government buses. And I mean, it was just so heartwarming to see women who can't even afford slippers who actually traveling in buses. So, I mean, why I actually kind of quoted this example is because our prime minister could be probably on the other side of the planet talking to the president. But I think we still have a long way to go because there are so many people um, who really need our support. And so, having said that, I just want to say thank you and congratulations for each and every person who is a part of this wonderful initiative. And so, let's work together to make our country a better place by serving others.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your words. We are looking forward to see you as well on second. So big thanks to you once again, because I think I was on a mute button, so they were not able to hear. So we at Bringle family from heartfelt thank you for being here and giving your valuable time and also the advice, and I will say not advice, guidance on how we can take these things ahead. Yes, as you rightly said at the end, together we can take this ahead. So the leaders of the country would be there in their own place, but we also as a citizen have to do our small bits and pieces. So thanks for being with us in this initiative. I would like to also call upon Anshab if he wants to address up just for 1 minute. Thanks note to you as well. Over to you, Anshab sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I am not sure if you are able to hear me out, but thank you so much for being here. And this is something really wonderful that we have young generation coming up and in politics as well, and bringing up the shape to the country. And I was really admired and very fascinated with your tagline, the young and the fearless. That's the kind of one important aspect which has been given everywhere. And I've been hearing it from Vinay about your work with respect to women and girl child and how you have been working towards that. So thank you so much for being here. And we would definitely would like to know more about your other initiatives and see how we could collaborate. And really wonderful to hear your thoughts with respect to, especially on saying that each of us has to contribute towards this. There was one person who actually told me at some point in time that when we launched our book, he said there's only a few handful of people who can transform a world or a country. And I literally don't believe or don't agree to that particular point, because if each of us do not contribute in our own ways, even for ourselves, this country cannot transform. It cannot be done by few set of people who are probably sitting outside the boundaries or inside just the boundary to protect the physical boundaries of the country. But there is an economical freedom also which is required. And that is why when we took financial freedom pledge on 15th August 2021, that was our objective, to bring freedom warriors inside the country. And each of us has to focus only on ourselves. If we do that, I think this world would be a very beautiful place to live.
Thank you, Anshav. Thanks once again. And thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. We look forward to see you as well in person. That's where on second with your Sarithon, I'm also very excited to be a part of there and lead or help the women to have their wings on their shoulders and then fly as much as they can. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. See you. Thanks, ma'am.
So that's where I think that's where we have got our political leaders, Miss Soumya, who had been serving Bangalore for a quite some period of time, and now she's supporting with her other MLA a team of MLAs and supporting them on that. So it's a wonderful opportunity to work with them and see. I just want to share one thing with all of you. This is not a political initiative. It's a personal initiative. Now, when I say a personal initiative, each and everybody has to focus on yourself. So here, let's make it this initiative as irrespective of age, color, caste, creed, location, political party or anything. It is nowhere related to the government, but of course, governments come forward and support us. That is what we need because the volume two, when we are talking about governance, governments has to be a part of it because country cannot transform unless there are policy makers or change makers into the ecosystem. That is why we are reaching out to all these political leaders, government leaders, bureaucrats, and even our billionaires or the industrialist or maybe the businessman who are really making a change in the society in their own ways, and even celebrities for that matter, be it in any industry, be it film industry or anybody else. That is why you would see some credible, incredible people on our magazine cover who has been contributing towards it. People have been literally recognizing them, their work, what they have been doing, and why they have been considered as, the great leaders in the century for us. And these are some of the people who have really, really done commendable work. And on the right hand side, you will find our 5 co-founders who are working towards this initiative. Again, it's a personal initiative. It's not a government initiative, and we are not trying to become a political, create a political party or any political mission out there. We don't support anybody, any political party here. We are here for our country. Anybody who is going to support us from a country perspective and help regain our reputation, the wealth, the power for us will be part of us in this journey together. We will continue to do that. We are there with everybody, each and every citizen of our country, all the 1.4 billion people of our country, and we treat them absolutely equal. We want to upskill them. We want to take them to the next level so that each of us can grow. So with this, I think I would like to specially thank Ms. Soumya to come and from her meeting and talk about a little bit what she wanted to share about her work and whatever the initiatives. She has been very passionate. She has been very excited to participate in our events along with her events on that. And as Dr. Vinay was mentioning about the Sarithon, that's another one of the initiative which is going to be part of Triple R Run Right Ramble initiative. And we will talk more about that as well. So we just completed the 1 billion lives discussion. Let me just talk about a little bit on digitalizing India. Digitalizing India is a concept which is basically about one citizen, one avatar, and one Aadhaar card. We are actually centralizing the entire blockchain-based system into an Aadhaar card where you capture your skill records, education, employment, healthcare, infrastructure, transportation, food, agriculture, anything around that will be captured into that, and that probably will be a biogenic chip placed inside your body. So you don't need to carry anything around that, and you travel with that, or you go anywhere, and everything will be done through that. There will be a virtual positioning system which will be created, which is in the form of a metaverse, where you will be tracked for your every location, and you can share your locations to your loved ones. You can track your senior, your elderly parents, probably the people with Alzheimer's and things who don't know where they are, and you can actually track them where they are. You can reach out to them with their health records and send the medical help as early as possible so that they will get much of the benefits out there. This is one of the platform which we have for Bringleverse, which we talk about, everything into the skill sets and certificates, HR records, converting into digital NFTs, making the best place for right people with right skills at the right place so that nobody because 80% of the people who are there working right now are actually sitting or working at a wrong place. And that's data given by McKinsey or HBR reports. And that is the realignment which we are looking at. We've been recognized by, we've got 21 plus recognitions in 5 global regions, India, US, UK, UAE, and Southeast Asia in the last 7+ years by now. And now more and more countries are getting added up, like I just mentioned about. 4 countries we've spoken yesterday, and 2 of them has already agreed to work towards the similar concept and putting this structure into their countries out there. This is our next initiative where we are looking at, India has already 106 unicorns. We would want to be part of the next 100 unicorns of the India by 2030, and so that we can transform India into a startups capital. That's what we are looking at when it comes to funding the next 100 unicorns of India. And we are setting up a $1 billion fund with which will be leveraged to invest in 1,000+ startups eventually to get 100 unicorns for our country. And we'll support them not just in investment, but in mentoring, in giving them a global business growth and support to the entire ecosystem, and supporting them on their entire 4 areas, 7 pillars, and 105 factors which can make or break the businesses. This is one initiative which is a very important initiative. I gave a little glimpse of that with Vision 2025 by setting up 30 SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao centers across the 5 regions of country in 30 cities in almost 12 state clusters of our country. So entire India has been kind of categorized into 12 regional languages, in which we will launch all the 12 regional languages book in by the next year. And this will be, starting with Kannada and Hindi, then to going to Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, and Punjabi, followed with Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Urdu, Kashmiri, and a few other languages. So total would be 12 languages, and eventually by 2025 we will have 30 languages translation of the same book. So that is how we will be engaging the entire country into this initiative. And before I explain this initiative, and in fact I would like to invite right now one of the very important member of our family and introduce the first co-founder, one of the first co-founder with whom I started the journey, she joined me in 2017, and it's been 6 years of wonderful journey. So let me introduce this ever smiling lady, Sharmila Devatia, who got cerebral palsy at the age of 6 years, followed by a 10 days coma and then paralysis, leaving her with a loss of sight and immovable body. And how she has taken that journey in the last 50+ years, and what drives her today, even after what she has gone through in so many years. It was not easy. Simply, we cannot live. She always tells us, just tie up your one hand and try to work. And she has got half of her body with a loss of sight and speech, and how she has recovered that and running 3 organizations today, and sincerely believe in one thing for everyone: disability is just an inconvenience. So let us join our hands together and welcome this strong-hearted young lady of 58 years who is going to share a journey of 5+ decades. As she says, my life, my way. Over to you, Sharmila. Looking forward to hear you. Sharmila, you're on mute.
Thank you. Good to have you here.
Sharmila, we still can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Good to have you here, all of you. And very good evening. What do I say when Ansha has said everything? No, I guess it has been tough from the other side. Tough to watch. I am not in a position to say whether it was tough for me. I am made of sterner stuff. So Yeah, maybe a few inconveniences, but I know how to get around things. I cycle, I swim, and I ride a motorcycle. I run marathons. So Dr. Vinaya and I will be on the run, I think, with marathons. I am a MSc in maths. I have done my diploma in computer science, and I have my MBA in operations management. So good education has given me a very good career as well. 34 years and still running. So yeah, I am a marathon runner, definitely. IT till 2015, I was a corporate ladder stepper, as I say. After that, I quit my job and I came back home to my parents who live in Vadodara, Gujarat. And I have been taking care of them and taking care of myself, being busy with being an entrepreneur. And that's the story. That's a very concise story of 53 years of my life after my illness. Yes, I am a sports enthusiast as well. I used to play hockey for the state of Gujarat. Yeah, most of it was bench because people still didn't believe that I would play. But when I did, I won, and that's it. I still play to win. Whether I do business, whether I play on my own time, but I play to win. Thank you.
Play to win.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
play to win.
tagline for the day
Yes.
today, Sharmila. Play to win. See, this is
You
what
ought
one of
to
the
play
important.
to win. Otherwise, it doesn't make
Absolutely.
sense.
Absolutely right. And I really want, really a great thought and the thought process which I've seen in last 6 years, Sharmila, believe me, I still remember, when you say disability is just an inconvenience, I want to add one thing. Disability is not inability.
Inability.
And if
Absolutely not.
person like Sharmila who has lost her half body and recovered through 18, 20 years, or in fact, last 5 decades of constant therapy. Even today, if she doesn't go for a physiotherapy one single day, she probably can't use her second hand as well because one hand anyways doesn't work. But she's never complained. She's never complained. That is why I started her introduction with ever smiling lady. And believe me, I have seen that in tough times. Her have got tears, but she's smiling. That's the beauty of this wonderful lady. So thanks for being there, Sharmila. Really privileged to work with you. And let's take it forward from here. And would definitely want to add one more thing. Lucky Bag is one initiative which is being completely led by Sharmila. She's currently a president of Rotary in Vadodara, and she's working with Rotary Group to bring in support for this entire initiative of Lucky Bag. And 100% of the profits of the book, the magazine, the Success Festival, merchandise, all that goes towards that same project through the SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao centers. We will be investing 1,200 crores over a period of 3 years now in 12 state clusters of India, setting up 30 city centers in 12 state clusters across the 5 regions, and launching this initiative in 12 regional languages apart from English. So English is going to be the 13th language, or the first language which we have started with, but there will be 12 languages, where we'll be translating this book and bringing some local leaders who would be also co-authoring that local regional book. The starting one is going to be with Kannada, Hindi. Hindi covers more than 50% of population in India today. And that's why we will leverage that. Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, and Punjabi. These are the 5 or 6 books, regional books we will be launching by August 2023 in our Success Festival, and followed with the rest 6 languages which we will be launching by the end of the year. And this is how we'll be covering all the 12 regional languages books, which covers mostly the 70 to 80% of our population where we could reach. And by the next year, 2025, we will be covering all the 22 official regional languages of India and translating this book, and in encouraging each and every household to be a part of this initiative. Let me go to the next slide and aspect out here. Now, before I go to this slide, I want to talk about somebody called. I think you've heard about her. She's the one who was kind of introducing to Miss Soumya. Her name is Dr. Vinaya. She's one person whom I actually met exactly 1 year before, on the same day last year when we launched our Indian Premier League, IPL in 3 years. And when I met her, I found her very different, and different kind of a person, which is very thinks very differently. And by that time, she has already supported more than 10,000 people and brought soulful smile with them. And these 10,000 people are the ones whose numbers are there with her, with whom she has worked personally. But if I talk about, she probably would have brought smiles on 1 million people by that time. And that is what her initiative, which is she has started basis on her story, how she got challenged, or found the challenge from her own perspective. But let me introduce her with a little story around it. It is going to be a little longer story, but I think it's worth recording it here. Uh, you know, let let me talk about the story of a woman and her strength in comparison to a diamond, and the process of transforming a coal into a diamond. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Evangeline. She was 19 years old and was full of life, dreams, and aspirations. She had a strong sense of self rooted in the values and belief of her parents. Little did Evangeline know that what life had in store for her. At 19 years old, Evangeline found herself in an incredibly difficult and abusive situation. Everything around her seemed to fall apart. She was in a state of affliction and taken advantage of by the people she thought she could trust. She felt trapped and helpless and found it hard to escape from her situation. Despite the darkness that surrounded her, Evangeline chose to remain strong. She was determined to make a difference in the world and use her struggles to make a positive impact. Despite the pain and the hardship, Evangeline kept her head held high, and worked hard to achieve her dream. Evangeline made her dream a reality to bring soulful smiles to 1 million people, and her story inspired countless others. Let me now introduce you to Dr. Vinaya, who had been working towards making a difference in the world by awakening the golden bird inside ourselves and spreading soulful smiles. As she always says that our smiles can reach far beyond our own bubble, creating a domino effect of joy and connection across the world. Let's take the time to awaken our inner golden bird and spread its light and love to the world. And let's give a big round of applause to this Evangeline who has taken up a next global mission to bring 1 billion soulful smiles. And she always says that together we can make a difference. So over to you, Dr. Vinaya. Would love to know more thoughts about yourself, yours. What are you planning? How are you going to take this up?
Thank you, Anshav, and thank you for the wonderful introduction and reiterating a part of the story which I had shared you few months ago. Yes, of course, today is exactly 1 year where I met, I will say where I met Bringle, the Transformers. So we were at one of the event in Mumbai when I was speaking about how we can make a difference in the children's lives. That's how the parent bonding and the student bonding, which I actually believe, and I walk through the same thing on my each and every day, right from morning to night. I make sure that whoever is in need, especially when it comes to children, girl child or any kid, when they need us as an educator, being an educationist for past 27 years, this journey has been very, very remarkable. Wouldn't much talk about the story which Anshav read, like I will say, iterated just now. But someday, of course, yes, go global across with the story, a full story of it, of course, yes, which my Bringle family always tells me that, yes, you should share it with the world so that the world knows how strong you have to be and you can be. Yes, we learn from our problems and our struggles, but always Anshav says that it's like when we see our problem, it seems to be very big, but when we see somebody else's problem, our problem seems to be very, very small. And that is what I always think about and take it ahead. So when I had heard about a lot about Sharmila, and then when I actually virtually met Sharmila, like the first day when I saw Sharmila, I was like zapped up ki nothing, it's nothing in front of the pain which we have gone through. So like it's everybody goes through some pain in some point of life, and we just get stuck in that pain for years and ages together. So spreading soulful smile, it came with this pain, and the mission which I had started long number of years back, to be very, very precise, 27 years back. But then when I joined, or when I heard about the vision of Bringle, that how they empower the kids, how they empower the youth, how they empower the women with the right skill sets. So the tagline when Anshav in that seminar said that, okay, ma'am, how do you meet the parents? How do you make that difference? I really like the way he was explaining about the vision of Bringle or SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao. And he said that, ma'am, why don't you come and address, or why don't you just help us to know more about what you're doing, and why don't we collaborate on this? And yes, but it took a little longer way for me to understand things much more in our busy with our daily schedule, like school, principal, knocking doors in, out. These things take a lot of time, but I'm very proud and happy today that now this has become a world mission for us as a Bringle family. And when I look at Aishwarya, when I look at Sharmila, and also when I meet so many women across, or so many small kids or children across, while I am pursuing my field, as well as also going ahead with my students, I always feel that this is a best place, or this is a best mission which we can carry ahead. And I'm grateful that Bringle have equally supported me in helping me to take my mission as well as Bringle mission. So now it's not anymore my mission, it's our vision. So it's Bringle vision together. So they merged out. Actually, when I always had my tagline called as Smile, Dream and Achieve. So people used to call me as SDAs. Ma'am, where is your SDA? I think today I did not send my SDA to people across. So where is my SDA? And SDA is nothing but a version of a SAD, which says SAD is not anymore sad, but SAD is something called as Smile, Dream and Achieve. So you can give smile. And when I looked into the Bringle tagline, it was awaken, rise, and then empower them. It was all dreaming was also a part of it. Awakening them and giving them the power was also a part of it. And that really fascinated me to join Bringle. And here I am today with the wonderful family. I really don't feel like I'm alone in any at any point of time, because I have so many people across around me to help me out to get my soulful smile out. And that's how we at Bringle will together bring the soulful smiles in 1 billion people, or maybe 1 billion youth people, as well as soulful souls who are out there. So thank you, Anshav. Thank you, Bringle family, for giving me this journey. So I think we are going to share the slide further so that I can talk about it.
Yes. Let me just give a little background, a little bit more about this. So, before you go ahead on that, so let me just tell you, couple of things about Dr. Vinaya, that what she has been doing in terms, because she's the one of the co-founder in our company who has joined Bringle almost 6 months back, and within 6 months, before 6 months, she could complete. She's actually become a
Officially.
co-founder. And that is what something really, really amazing. So that shows the credibility of hers, the kind of commitment and the work which she does when it comes to with, especially leveraging her 26, 27 years of experience in education. It brings a strong command when it talks about education and employment opportunities. And that is where we are working with her for building up the education framework. Uh, one of our own initiative or own company, Soulful Smile, which is named as Soulful Smile now, has already got $1 million soft commitment for her startup in less than 3 months time, and even without having a pitch deck right now. And that is what the something incredible work which she is trying to do, and she's so passionate about Soulful Smiles. And that is why this entire initiative of Let's Bringle 1 billion soulful smiles together is the initiative, is what she's working upon. And she's going to be the person who is going to lead this and work with us for Indian Premier League, IPL in 3 E's, and by reaching to each and every household through land, water and sky with our Run, Ride, Ramble marathon. And I would want to really thank Amit Kapoor, who is also part of our team, who is here, who has actually given this triple R as a very important aspect of name with Run, Ride, Ramble, and making it more exclusive and differentiated. Uh, Once Dr. Vinay, you will explain. I think Shubhangi has also joined, so would like you to introduce her a little bit, and would like to know, link this triple R to the triple R initiative of government with respect to environment sustainability. So let's start with individual sustainability or organizational sustainability, and then we take it to environmental sustainability. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful that both my children have also joined this mission along with me. And I'm really, really thankful to Ansha for awakening the inner self of these small kids, young kids, of course. I've seen the kind of transformation this Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao can do it in the small kids. When I talk about it and talk about bringing soulful, so I've seen the transformation in my son itself from past 2 weeks, how he has transformed himself. I would say that in just 2 weeks, he's just the way he sits and listens to Anshav, the way he sits and goes to the book, the way he sits and interprets the things which is, and similar is Anshav, who takes out time to tell the kids that how things can be changed up. So that's the I'll say that's the power. So the soulful smile, which he's saying that has got a 1 million soft commitment. Yes, I agree to it, but I'll tell you, believe me, 6 months before, 8 months before, when I had spoken to Anshav, I was clueless about it. And I was like, I just want to become an entrepreneur. And this is what. So he's like, okay, you can. And before him, I had actually spoken to 3 people from the industry who are well settled in entrepreneurs. I will say not entrepreneurs, they're like giants in the entrepreneur system. And they said, what are you thinking? Leave it, yaar. You just do your job. That's much better. Principal hai, principal ban ke rahe. Yaar, entrepreneur kidhar banne aa rahi hai. So this was a kind of answers which I had got from people. One of them, in fact, told me ki, no, this is not at all going to work. How are you going to spread the smiles? It's not. Happiness index is something which I don't think so people care about it. This doesn't have a market. But believing me in what I have said and what I can do, that was from Bringle, that is Anshav's, and he always pushed us through. Aishwarya and me will really know that, design your unicorn. Why have you not submitted the assignments? When it comes to assignment, it's a very tough taskmaster. Train the trainer. I'll speak about it little much later, but an excellent trainer, an excellent mentor, and an excellent guide who can be here with us. And I cannot have asked any more than this. So with this initiative going ahead with Run, Ride and Ramble, as we say that, it's like just that, like Sharmila ma'am said, I'm a marathon runner or I'm a rider. Yes, of course, we are also agree upon to the same thing. And we all together feel that we can make a difference by reaching out to a large number of people and connecting it to the environmental and sustainability. I have my daughter who has made her small attempt in how the reuse, recycle, and 3 Rs, I will say the triple Rs in environment can help. She's also writing up an article on physics. I am not a science person. When she sends me the article, I literally read it up very thoroughly. And sometimes I feel, yeah, okay, it is good. But when the physics people or the typical science and engineering people read out and they say, oh, wow, what an article, I really go again and then sit and read, has she written something really good? Because I don't understand that physics language. So over to you, Shubhangi, so that you can just have throw a little lights on what you have written, Bacha. Are you there? She is out, probably driving, but I think if she's able to, even if not video, if you can just put on the, yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shubhangi, and I'm currently a research student at Christ University. It is truly an honor to be part of this forum today. Thank you for this opportunity. So, as we all know, there are three key initiatives that we have taken, that is, reuse, recycle, and reduce. These initiatives form the basis of a sustainable plastic management and can help mitigate the environmental impact of plastic waste. The first initiative that I would like to talk about is reuse. Encouraging the reuse of plastic products is an effective way to minimize plastic waste. This can be done through various means, such as promoting the use of reusable shopping bags instead of single use plastic bags, encouraging the use of refillable water bottles and coffee cups instead of disposable ones, supporting the adoption of reusable food containers and utensils to reduce the need for single use plastic packaging. By emphasizing the importance of reuse, we can significantly reduce the demand for new plastic products and decrease plastic waste generation. The second initiative that I would like to discuss about is recycle. Establishing and promoting effective recycling systems is crucial for managing plastic waste. Some key aspects of recycling initiatives include developing comprehensive recycling infrastructure and facilities that can handle different types of plastic materials. One of the main challenges that we face today is, even though people want to recycle, we do not have the appropriate infrastructure to support that. So, developing comprehensive recycling infrastructure and facilities that can handle different types of plastic materials. Educating the public about proper recycling practices and the importance of separating recyclable plastics from other waste. Collaborating with industries to promote the use of recycled plastics in manufacturing processes, creating a demand for recycled materials. Efficient recycling can help reduce the need for plastic production. So basically, if we reduce the demand, then most of our problems are solved. So that's why the third initiative that I want to discuss about is reduce. This is the most effective way to tackle plastic waste. This can be achieved through encouraging businesses to adapt to alternate packaging materials such as biodegradable or compostable materials, promoting product designs that minimizes the use of plastic, such as opting for packaging with less plastic content or alternative materials, supporting policies that restrict the production and use of unnecessary single-use plastics like plastic straws, cutleries, and packaging. By reducing the production and consumption of plastic, we can significantly reduce its environmental impact. In addition to these initiatives, here are some alternative solutions that can be adopted to reduce plastic usage. The first one is bioplastic. Encouraging the use of biodegradable and compostable plastic made from renewable resources such as cornstarch or cellulose can help reduce the environmental impact of plastic waste. Packaging innovation. Exploring alternative packaging materials such as paper, cardboard, or plant based materials can provide sustainable alternatives to traditional plastic packaging. Consumer awareness and education. Promoting awareness campaigns to educate consumers about the environmental consequences of plastic usage and encouraging responsible consumption can drive behavioral change and reduce plastic waste. Remember, it is crucial to foster collaboration among governments, industries, communities, and individuals to achieve meaningful and lasting change in reducing plastic usage. By combining these initiatives and alternative solutions, we can make significant progress in addressing the increasing plastic usage and its environmental impact. These challenges have been addressed in my upcoming article in the book SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao Volume 2. Let's nurture the nature so that we can have a better future. Thank you all for being here and hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you,
That-
Shubhangi.
That's something great, Shubhangi. Would you like to talk about a little bit on your article as well? Maybe 1 minute?
Yes. So the article that I have been writing is about the production of hydrogen. As we know, right now we are using petrol and diesel as our main source of fuel, which comes from fossil fuels, which is a biodegradable component, which is a non-renewable component. So basically, these resources can be replenished, and once we reach that limit, so basically, the consumption of fuel that we have right now is greater than the amount of resources that are present. So my research topic and the topic of my article is how we can use the production of hydrogen as an alternative fuel source. So hydrogen is a renewable source of energy. So if we tackle the problem of producing and transporting hydrogen in an efficient way, it can act as a more efficient and energy saving source of fuel because it has no carbon footprint as compared to petrol and diesel, and it is completely replenishable. So basically, the only byproducts we get from producing hydrogen are water and oxygen, which are again reused. So the amount of wastage that we have is next to zero. That's why, so I want to tackle these problems and challenges in my article. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Shubhangi. That's a wonderful thought because hydrogen is some of the important aspect which everybody is trying to leverage. Because the lithium batteries which we are talking about electric vehicles, while it saves the environmental pollution, but it can create a lot of land pollution, and it can lead to some chemical pollution as well, which can eventually seep into waters and food and other places as well. So that's a good article. We'll be looking forward for your article in detail.
Thank you, Anshav. And in connection to this 3 R's of RRR, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. And when we say at Bringle 3R, that's our run, ride, and ramble, just to quickly put 1 minute light on it. So let me dwell into the significance of first word, that's run. Running, as it symbolizes the drive, determination, and perseverance needed to chase our dreams and aspiration. It is through the relentless pursuit of our goals that we can awaken the dormant potential within us. Running reminds us that success requires action, and with every step we take in bringing ourselves, realizing what is our true potential at Bringle. The next one we have is ride. Riding represents the journey we embark on towards a self-discovery and a personal growth. Just like riding bicycle, we encounter ups and downs and obstacles and challenges along the way, and the courage to overcome any hurdles that come on our way. So riding teaches us that it's not only about destination, but also about transformative journey as we undertake while we are awakening a lot of young youths over there. Lastly, we have ramble. Rambling, which signifies exploration, curiosity, and also willingness to step out of our comfort zones. And it's all about embracing new experiences, seeking knowledges, expanding our horizons. Through rambling, we can open ourselves to a diverse perspectives, cultures, ideas, fostering a deep understanding and empathy for the world around us. It is through this exploration that we can find the treasures within ourselves and unlock the untapped potential within ourselves. So together, the 3 R's for us, that's run, ride, and ramble, from the pillars of our awakening the golden bird within us. They remind us to take an action, embrace the challenges, and explore the world with curiosity. By incorporating the 3 principles into our lives, we can unlock a true potential and contribute to a greater good. As we embark a collective journey together, let us remember that the power which we possess to awaken the golden bird within ourselves and also inspire the others to do the same. Let's run with determination, ride through the challenges, and ramble fearlessly to pursue our dreams. Can I go to next slide? Thank you. So with this initiative of Run, Ride, Ramble, there are many
Uh,
other initiatives. Yeah.
Vinay, I think Sharmila has raised the hand. Sharmila, do you want to say something?
Yes, please. She's mute.
Yes, run, ride, ramble. Now, when I think of ride, it's either uh, uh, it's two wheels or four legs, a horse. And what does the horse here indicate? A unicorn. So believe me, that's there that play to win and with a unicorn. So that's how it connects to me. Yeah, I would rather be on a bicycle or on a motorcycle than in a closed up car. Or else I would be on a horse.
Nice.
Very nice.
So,
Very
so
nice.
that is a connect that I always made. A unicorn is, well, different kind of horse, but it's still a horse for
So
me.
So the wonderful thought is, which I think Vinaya was also mentioning about Bringle Dreamwave. So Bringle Dreamwave had
Yes.
always been talking about dreams and helping people to achieve. And it has a three taglines, Bringle Dreamwave, spreading the Bringle Dreamwave. Now we are going to spread the Bringle Dreamwave with smile and having the happiness index with us for each and every individual. So we used to talk about inspire others, motivate them to achieve or help them to achieve and motivate them to pass it on, the baton to somebody else and help others. So that is what the whole initiative. So this run, ride, ramble, which we are officially launching it today, not only just from the happiness index point of view, but also from the environmental sensitivity point of view as well. And this triple R will be leveraged for that. Last year, on the same day, we launched Indian Premier League IPL in 3 E's. So over to you, Vinaya, from here.
Thank you. So MBA for Kids, which is in short, also called, shortly it is called as MBA for Kids, which is represents or which says as Masters Beyond Academy. And as the tagline says, schooling the next generation of 1 million entrepreneurs. So we are into a mission of reaching out to every school, every region, whether it is youth or whether it is young child, as small as a KG, that is, it's from K to 12 initiative, where we help the school leaders, or I can say the school owners or the managements, to make sure that they equip and empower the next generation with the proper skill sets. So to know more about, stay tuned with with Bringle and Apne Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao. If you can just take ahead, there is this initiative which is called as My CEO program, where we actually make the children or the schoolpreneur, which we talk about it as a schoolpreneur, which is actually a financial freedom movement for the children. So when we talk about financial freedom, we always think that why not? The financial freedom is only for the elders or the people who are already grown up. That's the adults. No, but it actually should start out from the small kids onwards. So we as a schoolpreneur work towards this financial freedom movement, which we take it ahead. And now I would like to talk a little bit more and throw some light on, not but least, our MD, our trainer, our motivator, that is Mr. Anshab Jain. Let me introduce to this visionary leader, because of whom we all are here gathered and working towards an initiative of Hero for Zero, to help each and every citizen to identify their core competence and transform them into a leader so that they can inspire others, as we all are doing it now here at Bringle. He also helps us to help them achieve, motivate them, and pass it on the baton, as he always says. pass the baton towards others and transform themselves eventually into a lives of their families and their state and finally their country and the world. As we are, as yesterday also we, I think we started up with a new slogan since yesterday. We constantly keep saying it. One of another new slogan called as One Earth, One Family, and we should have one future, and that future should be golden, is what his words always. Anshiv is a proud Indian who also has left his multi-lucrative opportunities to settle outside India and also very fondly in social media called as An Avatar. He is having 20 plus years of his corporate experience as an angel investor, a startup mentor, business consultant, serial entrepreneur, and now as a venture capitalist, founder of MD of Bringle Excellence UK and India. Anshav had worked for 21 years in global MNCs, giving them hundreds and millions of dollars with respect to revenue realizations and also cost optimization. Anshav has transformed a loss-making business into a self-sustainable 100 million USD global startup aspiring to be the world's first zero employee, zero office unicorn by 2025 and a trillion million dollar company by 2030. But I know that his journey wasn't that easy. He had lost his high paying corporate job after growing 16 times in just 11 years, leaving him with loads and loads of EMIs and consolidating all his savings and investments, whether it is gold and properties or even the fixed deposit, followed by losing up 7 businesses in 7 years with a debt of more than $500,000. Anshiv is a live example who is working towards his global vision of 2020-2030 to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns with an investment of 1 billion to develop the world's largest patented and inclusive virtual metaverse, which he speaks as Skill Tech University with a blockchain-based skill bank by bringing excellence in 3 E's, that is education, employment, and entrepreneurship. He has developed his proprietary method, which is very famous in Design Your Unicorn, your DYU, to coach our entrepreneurs and specifically in 4 areas, 7 pillars, and 105 factors which can make or break the business. A live example is here who had zero idea, just a small pinch of idea, and how he has grown into a 1 billion business, kind of entity. As he said, it doesn't have its own pitch deck, but still with his mentorship, with his guidance, the way I have to go and tell in front of the people what am I supposed to speak, I think I owe entirely to Bringle and entirely to Ansha. Now he conducts these workshops all across the globe and working with the solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners, startups, and MSMEs to help them to sustain, adapt, and scale up their ventures right from an idea into 3 to 5 years' time and transform them into a sustainable, investable, and a profitable business. So let's put our hands together and invite Anshav Jain to know more about his vision to transform India. But I think I would not say now it's only India, but actually to transform the entire world. So over to you, Anshav, and thanks for giving us this wonderful soulful smiles.
Thank you so much, Vinaya, for such a wonderful and heartfelt introduction. Uh, I literally felt that I've relived my last 10 years of journey. In fact, 2 decades is what ago I kind of got connected or read my first book, Robert, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who is written by Robert Kiyosaki, and he's apparently became one of my favorite mentor. I have not, I've read almost all his books, audiobooks, and, various other webinars or seminars, whatever it's possible for me, I have tried to attend that. And one thing he always says that you need to be an entrepreneur to become to become really really successful in life. If you don't have entrepreneurship within you, you probably be not successful. We can call it as being warrior, you can call it as trainers, you can call it as entrepreneur. I call them as solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners. Be it anything, everything runs around having that warrior spirit within you. So and that is what it is becoming very very important. And uh, I saw one hand raising up. Aishwarya, were you trying to say something before I move forward? Okay. So let me just talk about this warrior program. While it is called as a TTT program and the other program we spoke about, Design Your Unicorn, there are three set of warriors or avengers or transformers we require in our country or in any country to transform this world. We require to invest their time, money, and energy out, expertise out there. And this is why you will find three different initiatives launched in these three different type of transformers. The first and foremost, which is going to be very, very important for us to be taken up, is the experts, the trainers, mentors, coaches and consultants who are going to be the warriors in developing and helping and uplifting people to a different level. There has to be various different objectives or support ecosystem which they have to take up to make it more emotionally connect to the people, and they have to become the leaders of the next century. And we are looking at bringing 1,100,000 plus experts who would be working as and getting trained and going in the ecosystem and supporting them and helping us to bring more and more experts or more and more soulful smile from them. And we will require each of them. And that is why these warriors are going to go and help us to achieve our target of transforming 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses and 100 unicorns. So anything and everything which you can provide, be it, health related aspect or, education, academics, beyond academics, sports, healing or anything else which will be required out here will be trained under this model. So you can actually do that. We used to run a model. We still are running a model and developing a community called Top 100 Mentors Club, which will be, these are the 100 mentors who would be very, very unique in those, in their own areas, unique specific areas, who would be working with us and transforming this entire world in different aspects of the business. That is what we are developing on that. And we would be looking at it, training more than 1 lakh people in this methodology. I have got certified, train the trainer certified from Blair Singer, who is a well-renowned expert out there globally into it. With this, we would be taking up the another initiative of nurturing the youth innovation, which is about bringing more of entrepreneurship from the youth aspect, because India has 26 crore plus youth population. And with that, we can really unleash the next 100 unicorns of the India. And we are working with almost 350 plus incubation centers right now, supporting them in various levels of youth innovation and helping them to get investments and mentoring and any other kind of a business development support which we are providing it to them. So it's going to be a holistic ecosystem which we are providing through this collegepreneur program and bringing the entrepreneurship aspect into that, the entrepreneurs into it. So that is the second level of transformers which we are requiring in that area. So the first is you require experts who would be working on that. You will, on the transformation, you require them to work with the youth and bring more entrepreneurs out there in the ecosystem, not only just in the youth, but in the schools as well. This is what we are going to invest. We are not just going to tell them about that, okay, we will develop that. We are going to invest 14.7 crores in our first Super 30 startups cohort. We will be investing, we are through our Design Your Unicorn $1.1 billion fund. So the first fund which we are starting up on $1.5 million, which will be eventually taking up to investing 14.7 crores in Super 30 startups and take over a period of 3 to 5 years, apart from any other support of mentoring and other cash flow modeling support which we will be going to provide for them. And that is what the entire ecosystem which we are developing it for them. And these are the second set of transformers which we require in the ecosystem. The third set of transformers which we require are investors who are going to put their money, and we are going to make sure that they get 100x plus returns through our Super 30 startups over a period of 3 to 5 years with zero cost model, guaranteed returns, and easy liquidation processes. These are the three areas, reasons because of which angel and even the retail investors do not invest in startups. There are three major challenges by which, because of which our retail investors are not, retail or angel investors are not able to invest in startups. As I mentioned earlier, 90% of Indian startups are owned by non-Indians, which means that the Indian startups are not Indian. And we want to change that. We want to change that with our initiative of this first $1.5 million fund, wherein you can actually invest from just 12,000 rupees. This ticket size is actually the highest ticket size which you can do, or you can go up to that and they will become a partner into the company. But you can actually invest with a very small ticket size of 12,000 rupees out there. So we will talk about that little later, about how you can start from 12,000 rupees till 30 lakh rupees or even more. Now, zero cost model, you are not going. One of the major challenges that people don't invest in startup because they feel it's a high ticket game. They need to invest 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees, 25 lakh rupees into it. But believe me, you can now invest in the same startup, become a partner of the company in just 12,000 rupees. You are going to get a guaranteed returns of 12% per annum, till the time you are invested into it. And you are going to get another platform, which is NFT based platform, secondary market platform, where you can easily liquidate your investment. And for your information, the current value which you are investing of 12,000 rupees is already 17,500 rupees worth of share value with us, which means you get immediately 50% returns out there. So that is how you get benefited out there. This option will be available to the people who are going to invest minimum ticket size of 30 lakh rupees. Rest will get definitely the guaranteed returns. It will be a zero cost model to them. They will get a lifetime membership out on our DYU NFT $1 billion fund. And they can invest, they will get access to all our 1,000 plus startups where we are going to invest in them, where we are going to take them everywhere. Now, let me introduce somebody very, very important who is who has been actually met me almost when we took our financial freedom pledge in 15th August 2021. In October, we started a drive to get us the people who could support in that mission and work with the entire strategy and execution part of it. And there were around 1,000 plus people who reached out to us, and we are thankful to them, all of them who came forward that said that we would like to be a part of this journey. And out of them, around 500 to 600 people moved to the second level, and left out saying that they will watch us for a period of time, and probably they didn't have time that time. And out of that 500 to 600 people, only 50 or 60 people used to have regular meetings, and we used to contribute and create a strategy and everything while we started, did the Shri Ganesh on the Ganesh Chaturthi in 2021, followed by launching our beautiful song SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao on the next Ganesh Chaturthi in 2022. Now that's where, when we met her, eventually there were 10 people who were into the core team. And I still remember Aishwarya coming to the core team and saying, Anshav, I don't know what I can do. I'm just a housewife. And how can I work? I really don't know. From there to the journey of developing an AI blockchain based holistic health management system, and literally working on giving you a long and healthy life. She's working on developing a preventive based holistic health management ecosystem. Let me just talk and introduce a little bit about her. And if she's here, would like to hear about what she's working. So let me introduce this
Hi,
dyslexic mother. Yeah, you're there, Aishwarya?
I'm here. I'm on the mobile. My system has a trouble,
Very good.
so sorry
Very
for
good.
being in the mobile. And
No
I
problem. No
wanted
problem.
to say, when Vinaya ma'am was talking, I am one of the example. I just wanted to say she's not the one example. I am one more still there in the DYU who started this whole journey with Anshav, and being a housewife and thinking very small from starting of the day to end of the day, what will happen, how will be the cooking, how we can do, to becoming an today my company is most $1 million worth company I'm running, and finding things, investments, talking to so many people, giving me international reach. This all happened only because of Hanshav and his motivation. I wouldn't have imagined come to this level if Hanshav was not part of my life. So I would
Thank you
like to
so much,
start with that.
Aishwarya. This really means a lot. And thank you so much, Vinay, as well. I mean, of course, she has instigated a lot of things. And thanks for your trust. That's what it is more important. But believe me, one thing, before introducing, I would also want to tell you that you have been, it's not me who has done any change in either of you. It's you have done the change. And that is the power of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao. That is the power of knowing yourself. Each of us has immense capabilities and potential. It's just that we don't accept and don't unveil that for us. So what I have done is nothing but just made you show the mirror, made you show that that you have the capability in you. Just help you to figure out, help you to guide you, tell you that you can do it. And I think that's what it is required in the country today, or in the across the world. Everywhere when people are pulling legs and trying to beat somebody down, if we can just help each other, believe me, we ourselves will grow. In this process, I have learned a lot from you, Vinaya, from you, Aishwarya, and Vinaya, and even Sharmila for that matter. I've learned a lot. And believe me, the kind of way expertise which you guys have, I also don't carry that. I also fall flat when it comes to the kind of work you manage. I remember, Aishwarya, what you had been managed two major events for us. Last year's Success Festival of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, single-handedly you and Sharmila has managed. The kind of work which you have done for Akriti, the kind of management, the follow-up. I remember my meetings being arranged in Bangalore, and how it has been there, because of which I'm sitting in Bangalore today, because of which we got Vinaya with us today, is all because of all your efforts. So it's not that you don't have the capability, just that we don't realize what the potential we have. So let me just introduce this dyslexic mother of a premature boy leading to disabilities, who is now on a mission to prevent any health issues for each of you, so that you don't have to say goodbye too soon to the people you love. She is on a mission to prevent any health issues for each of you, which could lead to diseases, disability, age-related challenges, or even death. So let us join hands and welcome Aishwarya Magesh on the stage to talk about the reasons why she is working to develop an AI and blockchain-based holistic health management ecosystem. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you, Ansha. I've been working on this project for about 2 years right now. We have had ups and downs together. What we want to achieve is adding health to everybody's life so that the period we live on this earth doesn't get complicated. We have had so many issues. The COVID was one of the best example, and what I had in my life was a better one. Uh, I was pregnant with my first son. I never knew what disease I had unless and until he turned 5. I never know what he has also, because every doctor said it will be improved. You do this treatment, you give me this direction, but nobody explained the disease. So when you know the disease and when you understand what is wrong with you, the recovery is better, and that gave us more strength. So I wanted to reach to each and every individual about their health, understanding it and making it a better prospect. And for that, we are doing a lot of work on the project. We are looking into what can be done. We are tying up with uh, both diagnostic centers, the hospitals, the doctors, and finding things which can make our life a preventive measures for the health. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya, and I think it's wonderful. Sharmila, would you like to add something on this, what Aishwarya just mentioned?
Yes. Uh, I have health problems. I I have daily therapies. I work on my voice and I meet my therapists uh, regularly to have a exchange of views on the plus and minus. My speech therapist is in Bombay. My neurologist was in Bombay. He is no longer alive. But the gentleman gave me an annual uh, plus and minus. I had to carry, I think, a whole load of uh, files everywhere. And believe me, at one point in time, I threw up my hands and said, I can't do this. I mean, it's been 53 years now, and I'm talking of, say, 20 years back. But I still had to carry a physical file to the doc. If I can do this with her AI blockchain secured thing in the cloud, and the doctor has access, I instantly be available like this online. Talk to him annually, semi-annually, and figure out whether I need to do more or less. That is what I am looking at. And I believe I have a solution with what Aishwarya is offering. I get diagnostic tests done at one place which are not relevant in another hospital, and that becomes a problem. I have a list of hospitals where I can use my insurance, but not at the other hospitals. That has become a problem. I have to pay more insurance premiums because I am disabled. That in itself is an issue. So all these things are being handled as a one point solution with what Aishwarya is offering. This becomes a place where I am safe. I have access to the doctors. I have access to therapists. I can figure out what insurance I will be requiring when I talk to the consultant, a counselor. I need to be sure that I am in safe hands. And this is what Aishwarya is offering. I'll be very happy. I'll be the first person to subscribe to that solution because I need it myself.
Thank you so much, Shamila, for sharing a wonderful insight. And I think AbleCard is going to create a wonderful ecosystem for us. And Aishwarya has already started working on it. She's already got a lot of data points to work on that, and she's moving, slowly and steadily into it. We'll have to just fast track the entire things, and that is why we invite all the national leaders to come forward to help us and achieving this mission for sure. And this is not just our mission, this has also been taken up by National Health Mission as well, with the new Aadhaar number being launched like Aadhaar card. So we would like to integrate that into this digitalizing India concept as a Bharatvarsh model. So we'll talk more about that and we will get more information. If somebody is interested, they can reach out to us. Let me take it quickly to the next level. This is the World Book of Record, which we had set up of last Success Festival from 19 to 21st of August, non-stop 50.5 hours. with 10,000 plus registrations, with 38,531 cumulative live views and 809 speakers from 110 countries, with an overall reach increasing to 6 countries, 21 subcontinents, 158 countries, and 2,024 cities globally. This year, financial 23, we are targeting with our Success Festival from 19 to 21st August 2023 to reach to 201 VVIPs, including Prime Minister, President of India, Vice President of India, Chief Minister of 28 states and 8 union territories, multi-billionaires, celebrities, bureaucrats, and we have already got the list of them to send them this entire book, both volumes of the book, the magazine, and a small note for each and every state transformation, how they can do from our perspective, what are their benefits, how they can do with a complete model basis on the United Nations 17 SDGs, how it will be going. It will be going to them and talking about the our initiative and the work which we are doing. Along with it will be going to 5,700 plus VIPs and along and a 1 lakh plus distributions. It may have an eventually a 1 million eyeballs, which we would be leveraging during this year on that or by next year. Next year, in financial year 24, we will be attempting a Guinness World Book of Records with a million plus eyeballs into it. So this year we are targeting another world record, which we will be looking at from an Indian based world record right now. uh, these are our last 7 years of support or work which we have done, got recognized in 21 plus areas or by organizations in 6 global regions, and that is what which has given us the much of the better coverage out there. We are now bringing us an opportunity to invest in this multi-trillion-dollar opportunity of Bharatvarsh, which we are talking about India transformation story. And this transformation is we are building up a transformationist community. We would want each of you to come and invest in this opportunity with various different benefits for you at a zero cost model. There are 4 models which we are going to go give it to you, 4 lifetime memberships. As I'd spoken about the elite membership of 30 lakh rupees, but it starts from a basic minimum value of 12,000 rupees, and you can become a part of this transformationist community. You would be part to fund the next 100 unicorns of India with our $1 billion fund. There will be a premium membership of 1.2 lakhs. There will be Titan membership of 3 lakhs and elite membership of 30 lakhs. There will be different benefits and different people who would be participating along with our Lucky Bag and SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao centers model into it. If you want to go through it, you want to learn more it, fill up a Google form available on our website, sonekichidiya.org. We'll talk more about that as well. This is another initiative. We'll be raising our next $20.1 million fund, around 168 crores, for investing in top 102 startups of India, wherein we would be taking up on that, into a 7-star luxury cruise. It will be kind of a Shark Tank kind of a model, but it will be a little different approach where we will be not only just raising the funds from the investors who are present on board, but people from all across the globe will be investing on those funds, and it will be kind of a one of its own way of raising the funds for the startup, for the Super 30 and the top 102 startups for us. And that is why followed by Smart 390 and then followed with Fortune 480 startups, totaling to around 101,002 startups for us. This is our you can grow your brand with us. You can work and sponsor this entire events and various curtain raiser events which we are focusing across India and eventually the 6 global regions we are targeting. We already have got 200 million plus reach, and we have a World Book of Records on that. 1 million plus students. India has 150,000 plus starters, 50,000 plus experts community, and we have a 50,000 plus experts community with a 15,000 plus entrepreneurs and 3,000 plus investors, along with 50 plus venture capitalists and angel firms, which works with us, and with the overall reach in 158 plus countries. We are currently working with 17 plus state government startup ecosystem. This is in India, and now we are getting approached and we are working with another 6 global regions in the world. And that is why you can work with us and grow your brand with us. You have an opportunity to sponsor this from 5,000 rupees to 1 crore rupees. Believe me, 100% of the profits we mentioned initially from the book, from the merchandise, from the magazine sale, or from these events goes towards underprivileged youth and children education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities through Lucky Bagh, through our SKCKJ centers out there, which we are going to establish all across the country to cover the entire India. Which we already spoke on that. Now, these are the various aspects which we are doing from the promotion point of view. Virtual event which you are doing it right now, 25th June 2023. There is a South India launch curtain raiser which we are doing it on 2nd of July with Miss Soumya, who has just come up on the stage initially as our chief guest. Central India, we are doing it in Indore at 6th of July 2023. West India in Vadodara, Gujarat, which is Sharmila's hometown, on 22nd of July 2023. East India in Kolkata on 29th of July 2023. All these events are very, very important and has significance in the dates. So you can please go to our website, sonekichidiya.org, and go to the various links over there. You can join our WhatsApp groups or a Transformers group where you want to understand more about this concept and connect with us. South India, sorry, that's a mistake. That's a North India, which is in Delhi, NCR. We will be doing it on 9th August 2023. And finally, the Success Festival also in Delhi, which is from 19 to 21st August 2023. This is how we are going to do the entire curtain raiser till 19 to 21st August, followed by we will be doing that in 5 regions of the country: Northwest, East, South, and Central India, with 5 days of program, along with one international program in Dubai. And there would be 3 or maybe around 3 cruises we are planning: one in Mumbai, one in India, one in UAE, and one in Southeast Asia in Singapore. So there will be people from 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus to 5,000 plus high net worth individuals who will be participating in the Design Your Unicorn $1 billion fund, and with our Super 30 top 102 startups over a period of 1 year. So that's how the entire support or entire work we will be doing before we kick off our next year Success Festival in 2024. With this, I would just want to go to, this is our magazine cover, which is going to be going to each and every senior leader in the country. As I mentioned about 201 plus VVIPs, 5,700 plus VIPs, and 1 lakh plus distribution. And with this, I would just click on this website and take you to our SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao website. Here, if you go, you will find all the details about this initiative, and you will be able to see 3 links. One is SKCKJ books and merchandise. You can check the podcast of us. You can go through SKCKJ Success Festival and click on that and book your tickets for Indian Premier League, and who will be the selected people out of them. Super 30 people from schoolpreneur, collegepreneur, entrepreneur, expertspreneur, and investpreneur. They will be selected and they will be competing again in the Success Festival in Delhi, and they'll be physically invited. And out of that, Super 30 schoolpreneur, collegepreneur, expertspreneur, investpreneur, and entrepreneur will be selected and will be felicitated out there. You can check a lot of other aspects on this YouTube playlist as well. You will get a lot of understanding. You are invited to join our Transformers community. It will take you to a Google form where you can fill up and share your information with us. And if you want to know more and you want to connect with us, you can join the WhatsApp group as well. So you will get all the information here. You can go through our vision 2025, 2030, 2047. What is the work which we are doing? How can you join our Transformationist community? You can know who are the people working around that and what are the things which we are working in the About Us section and all our profiles. You can go to the Contact Us page and reach out to us and talk to us at any point in time. And you can again part of being with us and try to work and join our communities out there. So coming back to the point, I'll just take a pause out here. This is our the cover page of the magazine which we are going to launch. And with this, I would just want to tell everybody, Jagao, Jagao, Har Ghar SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao. And with this, I would like to invite our young co-author, Divit, once again, who is want to give a thank you note to all of us for listening to us. Before that, I would just want to introduce one more person out here who has been there, supported us in this journey, Amit Kapoor. Amit Kapoor is the one who has been there with us for the last 4 years. He is the one who has who has given the song, the lyrics written for our beautiful song Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao. And he's also the co-author in volume 1 and also going to be the co-author in the volume 2 as well. So would like to welcome Amit and would like to know his thoughts and views. Amit, considering the time, you will have 2 minutes to talk about it. I'm sorry for that, but if you can, but would really want to hear your thoughts on this.
2 minutes are more than enough, Anshaf. So I'll not talk about myself for now. Let us just focus on the mission that we have at hand. And I think we have a fantastic gathering here since the beginning of this call and session. And let us all just focus and target on our Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao mission. As a content and digital marketing social media expert, whatever needs to be done to market and promote our activities, and whatever needs to be supported for all the organizations that are a part of this super initiative, uh, I am promising and pledging all my support to it. So that's all I would like to say for now.
Thank you so much, Amit. And really, the song which has come up is really, really well. And I am really proud to have you on board as our Transformers community as well. So let's work on this further. With this, I would like to thank each and everybody. I would like to thank, Sharmila, Aishwarya, Vinaya to be there and make this event super successful. Believe me, we planned it for an hour. We thought we would be able to complete before that, but the way it has gone and the way it has been taken up, it's gone to 2 hours now. We actually started at 5, not 5, 6, and now it's almost 8. So, and beautifully done. And I'm really happy that the kind of way Divit and Shubhangi has come forward, that shows the power of young leaders in our country. That shows that it is not only we are only alone. 54% of our Indian population is less than 30 years of age, with an average age of 28 years, which means that we become the youngest country in the world. So if we can transform these youth and children, make these children future ready and youth employable, I think we can conquer the world. So let's work together. Let's keep spreading the Bringle dream wave and commit ourselves to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns with an investment of $1 billion and adding $5 trillion economy to our country. And with this mission, with this today's virtual launch, we are making it as a global launch, and we are committing ourselves that we are going to take this initiative to the entire world with one earth, one future, one family, which will work out and make sure that we do this. And we, as Vinaya was mentioning, that it has already reached to 2 countries who has committed to us. We are speaking to 5 countries right now. While we are talking, 2 of them have already committed their times and launch dates on that. And that's where we are going to work with them and further, because the model is ready now. We have been deploying it in India. Now we want to take it up across the globe. So this is how we would like to know, but we will need more and more people to join our transformationist community. So please do join our communities and let's work together and transform and make everybody a financially free, so that our country can become a financially free country. That's the pledge which we took on 15th August 2021. So thank you so much. Jagao, jagao, har ghar sone ki chidiya ko jagao. And with this, I would like to invite Divit for a small thank you note, which he has prepared at just the last moment and he has requested me. So this thing cannot be closed without that thank you note. So Divit, over to you. And thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you, Uncle Anshu Uncle, for introducing me. And I would just like to say that awakening the golden bird in India or any other country is not easy. To awaken the golden bird in everyone and inspiring them in difficult moments. I would just like to thank everyone who's working on this. There was an event yesterday with 5 countries, and it had gone completely successful due to the cooperation of everyone present here. I was very inspired by hearing the motives of Sone Kichidiya Jagao and what they are trying to do. Transforming India into a golden country is a beautiful idea and a really good motive. We are also in collaboration with Soulful Smiles, which aims to 1 billion smiles to people. It is a very happy and joyful thing to do. And also in collaboration with Vardhan, Vardhan, who is also trying to help India. And we are here with our special guest, Soumya ma'am, who is also trying to help our India, which is very good. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for being a part of SoneKiChidiya and making India and its people and upskilling the people. Our book SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao is available on Amazon and other websites. And also, please do listen our podcast on Spotify and other platforms. Jagao, jagao, har ghar SoneKiChidiyaKoJagao. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much, David. This is such an inspiring talk, and coming it from a 11-year-old, believe me, it's really, really wonderful. It's not easy. It requires courage. And I remember he coming up to me and saying, sir, can I get to know more about Soumya ma'am? Can I get the website? I was actually getting panicky because I was working. And then he very silently says, okay, okay, it's okay. I'll manage and all that. And he literally did manage well. So really kudos to you, David. Really good work.
Thank you
Very
so much,
good work.
Uncle.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you everyone so much.
Sharmila, do you want to add something?
I think Divit has said it all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Vinaya, you must be a proud mother now with Shubhangi and David coming in and creating a wonderful aspect out here.
I am actually, and all thanks to Bringle family for bringing all these, I will say not bringing, awakening the golden bird within themselves. So thanks a lot to the Bringle family.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Shubhangi, for your wonderful explanation of Triple R initiative and how we could leverage it for not just for volume 1, but for volume 2 as well. So that is the linkage between volume 1 and volume 2. So thank you so much for being there. And even when you were traveling and explaining the entire concept, thank you so much. So if you're listening, if you can just raise your hand or talk, we'll be happy.
It was an honor to be here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And thank you for motivating me. Yeah, I hope all of you have an amazing evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Sure.
also thank you to Kamla ma'am, especially from, I think from the start till the end, she was very patiently being there. Thanks, Kamla ma'am, for being here from first to end. Really appreciate that you added that value here. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vinya ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to attend this meeting. Because of this, I came to know so many new things. And if chance is there, I'm ready to participate in such kind of activities. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Sure. Thank you so much, Kamla ma'am. And I would also want to do one more announcement out here. Our second song of Awakening the Golden Bird or Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao was a Hindi song. Now the second song on Awakening the Golden Bird in English is going to be written, sung by Dr. Vinaya only, who is the co-founder of Bringle and the founder and CEO of Soulful Smiles. And if everything goes well, we might have Divit and Shubhangi supporting her on that in composition as well. So let's look forward. We are looking forward for a wonderful song, Dr. Vinaya, out there. And I'm sure it's going to great. I've seen your singing talent. I've been into many of your events, and I'm sure it's going to create wonders for us. So thank you so much. We are going to take this song to the entire globe, because English is one language which goes across countries, and that is where we are very much interested. When we are taking this to a global level, we want an English song, and I'm sure it's going to create wonders for us. So thank you so much for accepting our request for the same. Okay, thank you once again to all of you, and let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao.
Jagao, jagao.
Har ghar
Apni
sone
sone
ki
ki
chidiya
chidiya
ko
ko
jagao. Awakening the golden bird inside every household. Take care. Goodbye. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.